Welcome to Season 3 of the Languages Pedagogy Podcast, where language learning meets innovation, culture, and pedagogy. I'm Mike, your host, and together we'll explore groundbreaking strategies, challenge traditional methods, and empower educators and learners alike. So whether you're a teacher, a student, or a language enthusiast, get ready to dive into insightful discussions, expert interviews, and practical tools that will transform the way you teach and learn languages. So grab your headphones and let's get started. My wonderful listeners, welcome back to Season 3. I'm thrilled to bring you an exceptionally insightful and deeply researched discussion today, spanning an extensive journey into the fascinating realm of neuroscience and language acquisition. This episode is designed to be not only an academic exploration but also a practical guide to understanding how our brain processes and internalizes new languages. We will break down complex neuroscientific research in a way that is accessible to everyone, whether you're a language enthusiast, educator, polyglot, or someone curious about how human cognition works. This deep dive will take us through the structure and function of the brain during language learning, the cognitive benefits of multilingualism, the impact of age on language acquisition, and cutting-edge research that sheds light on how our minds adapt to new linguistic systems. So, grab a coffee, settle in, and prepare for a mind-expanding experience as we unravel the mysteries of how the brain learns new tongues. Language acquisition is one of the most intricate processes our brain undertakes. The ability to learn and use language involves multiple regions of the brain, working in concert, forming complex neural pathways that allows us to understand, speak, and even think in different languages. At the core of language processing lies several key brain regions. First one, the Broca's area. Located in the left frontal lobe, this area is responsible for speech production and grammar processing. The Wernicke's area, found in the left temporal lobe, this region is crucial for understanding spoken and written language. The motor cortex plays a role in articulating sounds and controlling the physical movements of speech. The hippocampus, essential for memory formation, aiding in the retention of new vocabulary and grammatical structures. The angular gyrus supports reading and writing skills, bridging auditory and visual language processing. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions such as planning, problem solving, and decision making in language use. When a person learns a new language, these brain areas become highly active, developing new neurals, connections, and pathways. Functional MRI studies have shown that bilingual and multilingual individuals exhibit heightened activity in these regions compared to monolingual speakers. Neuroplasticity and language learning. Well, neuroplasticity, or the brain's ability to recognize itself by forming new neural connections, plays a crucial role in language acquisition. The more exposure a learner has to a new language, the more robust and interconnected these neural pathways become. This adaptability is what allows children and adults alike to learn languages, though with different degrees of efficiency. The age factor, critical period, hypothesis, and beyond. One of the most debated topics in language learning is the impact of age on language acquisition. The critical period hypothesis, or CPH, suggests that there is an optimal window during childhood when the brain is particularly adept at acquiring languages. This theory is based on observations that young children seem to learn languages more effortlessly and achieve near native proficiency more often than adults. However, recent neuroscience research indicates that while younger learners may have an advantage in phonological acquisition, for example, pronunciation and accent, adult learners still retain remarkable cognitive plasticity. The adult brain compensates by using higher order cognitive functions such as pattern recognition, problem solving, and metacognition, allowing for effective language learning despite age related neural changes. What are the key findings on age and language learning? First, children use implicit learning, absorbing language effortlessly through immersion. Adults rely more on explicit learning strategies such as memorization and conscious practice. Younger learners tend to achieve better pronunciation and phonetic accuracy. Adults can learn languages efficiently if they employ structured methods and consistency or consistent exposure. Bilingualism and the brain. Cognitive benefits of learning multiple languages. The advantages of bilingualism go far beyond just the ability to communicate in multiple tongues. Neuroscientific studies reveal that bilingual individuals exhibit enhanced cognitive functions, including, first, improved executive function. Bilinguals develop stronger skills in task switching, problem solving, and decision making. Greater cognitive flexibility, that's the second one. The ability to switch between languages fosters adaptability in thought processes. Third, enhanced memory and attention control. Language learners show improved working memory and better focus in various tasks. And fourth, delayed onset of dementia. Studies suggest that bilingual individuals may experience delayed symptoms of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's. Now, the role of emotion and motivation in language learning. Emotions and motivation significantly influence the language learning process. Neuroscientific research highlights that positive emotional engagement enhances memory retention and recall. Factors such as intrinsic motivation, personal interest, and cultural exposure contribute to long-term success in language acquisition. What are the key takeaways here? Enjoyable and emotionally engaging learning experiences lead to stronger neural connections. Anxiety and stress can hinder language learning by activating the amygdala, which impairs memory retrieval. Dopamine release, associated with pleasure and reward, enhances motivation and language retention. Now, recent advancements in neuroscience have provided groundbreaking insights into language acquisition. We have artificial intelligence and brain-computer interfaces. AI-powered language models and brain-computer interfaces are revolutionizing how languages are taught and learned. Neurostimulation techniques. Emerging research explores the use of transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS, to enhance linguistic abilities. Genetic influences on language learning. Scientists are investigating how genetic factors influence on individuals' attitude or aptitude for language acquisition. And understanding how the brain learns languages allows us to develop effective strategies for language acquisition. We have immersive learning. Surrounding yourself with the target language enhances neural plasticity. Spaced repetition, scientifically proven to strengthen memory retention. Active engagement, speaking, writing, and thinking in the new language boost neural activation. mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Reducing anxiety improves cognitive functions and memory consolidation. Multisensory learning, combining auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learning approaches strengthens language retention. As research in neuroscience continues to evolve, our understanding of language acquisition will become even more refined. By leveraging these insights, educators, learners, and language enthusiasts can optimize their approaches to mastering new languages. I really hope this episode has provided you with a deeper understanding of how the brain processes and learns languages. Remember, no matter your age or background, your brain is capable of remarkable linguistic feats with the right strategies and mindsets. And hold on a second, before we just heading towards the final part of this episode, I just want to remind you that new episodes drop every Monday and Friday. We will keep the same format as the previous season. So make sure to tune in weekly for your dose of thought-provoking conversations. You can find our show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Amazon Music. You can also pay a visit to our website, MikeEnglishOnline.com, where you will find tons of resources for your daily learning or teaching. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and follow us for more. And thank you for joining me on this extensive journey into the neuroscience of language acquisition. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will dive into another captivating linguistic topic. Until then, keep learning, stay curious, and embrace the power of language.